House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy had a talking to with Madison Cawthorn after Cawthorn, of course, put out some strange allegation regarding members of the Republican caucus inviting him to orgies that also happened to have cocaine involved. So, of course, you're gonna have some Republican lawmakers who are concerned about that because they're like, what the hell kind of accusation is that? Many suspected that he was making it up. And now it turns out that that could be true. Now, first, I wanna just share this awesome photo with you because this is Madison Cawthorn leaving his meeting with Kevin McCarthy. And his face is just super red. It looks like he got yelled at, looks like he was like reprimanded, and I'm honestly here for it. Olivia Beavers, who's been covering this story from the beginning, says Representative Madison Cawthorn just left McCarthy's office. He met with the GOP leader and Minority Whip Steve Scalise for roughly 30 minutes. Cawthorn didn't respond to my questions about the meeting as he was leaving. Well, Kevin McCarthy later released a statement about it and basically said that it looks like Cawthorn was making things up. This is unacceptable. There is no evidence to this. Cawthorn changes what he tells and did not tell the truth. His actions are not becoming of a congressman. Okay, let's pause for a second, Farron, because there have been many actions by Madison Cawthorn that I would venture to say are not becoming of a member of Congress. But it's just amazing how Orgygate, an accusation that members of the Republican caucus are engaging in cocaine-fueled orgies, is the one place where Kevin McCarthy decided to draw the line.
Yeah, as soon as he starts talking about Republicans, then it's like, oh my God, somebody go talk to this kid. With his red face like that, I don't know. Part of me kind of thinks he may have been crying a little bit, which is okay, it happens. But I love this story so much, and to be honest, I want to believe Madison Cawthorn. I want to believe that this is what is in fact happening with these Republican lawmakers. And I got to tell you, before the talking to, but after the meeting that they had on Tuesday morning, you had all these Republicans coming out, including Dan Crenshaw was one of them, saying, Madison, why don't you name names? Tell us who these people are. Like they were a little overly eager to find out who's throwing these massive parties that clearly these guys are not getting invited to. So I really would like to be like, Madison, who's doing this, man? Just between me and you, I'm not gonna tell anybody. But if next time, just hit me up, man. No, but for real, he embarrassed the Republican Party. So that's why he gets this talking to. It didn't matter, the allegations that have come out against him from some of the women who went to college with him. Didn't matter that he lied about the accident that paralyzed him. Didn't matter that he lied about getting into the Naval Academy, which also didn't happen. As soon as he did something that could endanger the Republican Party's reputation, that's when it got out of hand. And that's why, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't get a talking to like this. Paul Gosar doesn't, Lauren Boebert doesn't, because they're not going after the party as a whole. But I do still, again, Madison Cawthorn's being really weird with this because he also did tweet out a day or two ago, what was it? Signals, not noise. Just that weird cryptic line. So there's something weird here. The kid is a liar, absolutely. But there could be a little nugget of truth in there somewhere. And I'm holding out hope that there is one.
Well, it's interesting because your interpretation or a perspective on people like Dan Crenshaw demanding he name names is it's just different from the way I perceived it. I perceived it as, seems like everyone kind of hates Matt Gaetz, and it seems like they suspect it's Matt Gaetz, and they're like trying to get Cawthorn because Cawthorn specifically mentioned that it was lawmakers that he admired. And so Matt Gaetz is more in line with Cawthorn. He's like the MAGA flavor. I know that the Republican Party overall is MAGA flavor, but there are the old school traditional Republicans who just kind of had to swallow the fact that their constituents like Trump. And then there are the true MAGA admirers. And I think Matt Gaetz falls under that category. I think Madison Cawthorn, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, they're all under that category. And Matt Gaetz certainly has some pretty credible allegations against him, including from other Republican lawmakers who claim that he would do all sorts of incredibly uncomfortable things, like show, explicit images of women that he allegedly slept with, whatever it is. So I thought maybe that's what they were trying to do. Like, I think they want to get rid of Matt Gaetz, and this was a way to do it. But Kevin McCarthy also said this after the meeting: there's a lot of different things that can happen, but I just told him he's lost my trust. He's going to have to earn it back. I mean, he's got a lot of members very upset. And by the way, Republicans would want nothing more than for this story to just go away, including Madison Cawthorn. I want to go to this tweet by the Federalist that Madison decided to retweet. And the line here is, outrage over Madison Cawthorn is a distraction, and Republicans are taking the bait. In other words, this doesn't look good. Please stop talking about it. Please stop, especially as they're trying to moralize about everything, whether it be reproductive rights, transgender rights. I mean, we just see that all over the place. They have really gone in with this full-blown assault on the rights of various groups of people who have been disenfranchised and discriminated against in this country.
To bring it back, I mean, you're absolutely right about that, but also to bring it back to Matt Gaetz, when you have guys like that in Congress who do have all of these, allegations against them, that lends more credence to what Madison Cawthorn says as well. That suddenly is not out of the realm of possibilities. Now, we don't know if it's Matt Gaetz, obviously, but that is a good reason to name names. I always like to think that it's because these guys are bummed that they're not getting invited to it. But if there is something happening that could potentially be illegal, then yeah, that is something people need to know. If it's just a bunch of people, consenting adults, doing fun time in their time off, look, there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing wrong with it, of course, as you just pointed out, is the hypocrisy of you trying to police as a party what other people can do with, their genitalia, but you're going up there having happy fun time every time Congress adjourns. That's not okay, and that's the hypocrisy that, to be honest, they're kind of immune to. They don't have any shame. They even if they got busted, it still doesn't change what they want to do. But maybe it'll open up a few people's eyes, and that's what I always say is about the best we can hope for with stories like this. That maybe a couple people wake up and realize they're being lied to by these Republicans, and over time it adds up to more and more. But you're not going to change a ton of minds. But if you can get to a couple, then hey, that's a victory at this point.
Well, you should know that there were more Republican lawmakers who decided to do some finger wagging, including Senator Richard Burr from North Carolina, who called Cawthorn an embarrassment at times, while Senator Thom Tillis said the lawmaker has a lack of judgment and had not done much for his House district, which is honestly an understatement. But the one person who seems to believe Cawthorn is Roger Stone, who's gotten caught up in his own sex scandals in the past. He says Congressman Madison Cawthorn just told me has not retracted his claims about drug-fueled orgies among DC elites. Why would anyone believe a statement by Kevin McCarthy or anything reported on CNN? McCarthy is a corrupt rhino, Republican in name only, and CNN lies about everything. And if anyone knows about sex scandals in DC, it would be someone like Roger Stone, to be fair.
They're going so hard on this story, and honestly, like I almost want to take the Federalist position. Like they should have said nothing, right? This would have been a funny little news cycle that popped and disappeared by now. But the fact that the Republicans, wanted to weigh in on this, and of course now you got Roger Stone almost weighing in to defend what Cawthorn says and maybe throw more Republicans under the bus. They're keeping this alive. And I'm here for it all day. Like, me too. This is wonderful. This is such a fun story to talk about anyway. But I want the names too. And I think if the Republicans keep kind of pushing this, if they keep this alive and it's true, then Cawthorn may get to the point where he just says, all right, fine, enough is enough. Here's these people. Here's the people who wanted to do it. Again, that can only happen if it's actually true, but I want them to keep pushing. I want people like Roger Stone to be in Madison Cawthorn's ear, telling him, don't give up on this. Let's keep pushing it. Let's out these rhinos, because this could get a hell of a lot more fun if these people continue to make this a real issue. And like I said, I'm here for it all day.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is the most interesting thing that's happened in the Republican caucus for decades. I mean, I'm here for it as well.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.